My dear fellow, whom do I see? Ivan Vassilevitch. I'm extremely glad. Now, this is a surprise, my darling. How are you?
Thank you. And how will you be getting along?
Oh, we just get along somehow, my angel. To your prayers and so on. Sit down, please. Now, you know you shouldn't forget all about your neighbors, my darling. My fellow, why are you so formal in your getup? Evening dress, your gloves, and so on. Can you be going anywhere, my treasure?
No. I'll come to see you on this, Stepan.
Then why are you in evening dress, my precious? As if you're paying a New Year's Eve visit.
Well, you see, it's like this. I come to you on this, Stepan, to trouble you with a request. Not once or twice, I already had the approach of applying you for help. You've always, so to speak. I must ask your pardon. I'm getting kind of excited. I shall drink some water, Stepan.
He's come to borrow money. Shame to give him any. What is it, my beauty?
You see, honest Stepan, I beg pardon. I mean, I'm awfully excited, as you will please notice. In short, you alone can help me, though. I don't deserve it, of course, but have any right to count on your assistance.
Oh, don't go round and round it, darling. Spit it out. Well?
One moment. This very moment. The fact is, I come to ask your hand of your daughter, Natalya, in marriage.
By Jove! Ivan Vassilevitch, say it again. I didn't hear it all.
I have the honor to ask.
My dear fellow, I'm so glad and so on. Yes, indeed, and all that sort of thing. I've been hoping for a long time. It's been my continual desire. Oh, and I've always loved you, my angel, as if you were my own son. May God give you both his help and his love and so on. And I did so much hope. But what am I behaving in this idiotic way for? I'm off my balance with joy. Absolutely off my balance. Oh, with all my soul. I'll go and call Natasha and all that.
Honest Stepan, do you think I might count on her consent?
Why, of course, my darling. As if she won't consent. She's in love. Egad, she's a lovesick cat. And so on. She ain't be long.
It's cold. I'm trembling all over me, just as I got an examination before me. The great thing is I must have my mind made up. If I give myself time to think, hesitate, to talk a lot, to look for an ideal or for real love, then I'll never get married. It's cold. Natalya is an excellent housekeeper, not bad looking, well educated. What more do I want? But I'm getting annoyed at my excitement. It's almost impossible for me to marry. In the first place, I'm 35, critical age, so to speak. In the second place, I ought to lead a quiet, regular life. I suffer from palpitations. I'm excited and always getting awfully upset. At this very moment, my lips are trembling, and there's a twitch in my right eye. But the very worst of all is I can't sleep. I no sooner get into bed and begin to go off when something on my left side gives a pull, and I can feel it on my shoulder and my head. I jump a lot. I'm a lunatic, walk about it, and lie down again. But as soon as I begin to go off to sleep, there's another pull. And then it's happened 20 times.
Well, there, it's you. And Papa said, go, there's a merchant come for his goods. How do you do, Ivan Vassilevitch?
How do you do, Natalya?
You must excuse my apron and negligee. We're shelling peas for drying. Why haven't you been here for such a long time? Sit down. Won't you have some lunch?
No thanks. I ate already.
Then smoke. The weather is splendid now, but understand it was so wet that the workmen didn't do anything all day. How much hay have you stacked? I just think that I felt greedy and had a whole field cut, and now I'm not at all pleased, because I'm afraid my hay may rot. I ought to have waited a bit. But what's this? Why, you're in evening dress. Well, I never. Are you going to a ball or what? Though I must say you look better. Tell me, why you got up like that?
Well, you see, Natalya, the fact is, I made up my mind to ask you to hear me out. Of course, you'll be surprised and perhaps even angry, but it's awfully cold.
What's the matter?
I'll try to be brief. You must know, Natalya, that I have long since my childhood, in fact, had the privilege of knowing your family. My late aunt and her husband, from whom, as you know, I inherited the land. Always had a great respect from your father and your late mother. The Lomovs and Chekhov have always had the most friendly, and I must almost say the most affectionate regard for each other. And as you know, my land is near a neighbor of yours. You will remember that my oxen meadows touch your birch woods.
Excuse my interrupting. You say my oxen meadows, but are they yours?
Yes, they're mine.
What are you talking about? Oxen meadows are ours, not yours.
No, they're mine, Aunt Natalya.
Well, I never knew that before. How do you make that up?
How? I'm speaking of those oxen meadows which are wedged between your Butchwoods and the Birch Marsh.
Yes, they're ours.
No, you're mistaken, Aunt Natalya. They're mine.
Just think I'm about Stitch. How long have they been yours?
How long? As long as I can remember.
Really? You won't get me to believe that.
But you can see from the documents, Aunt Natalya, oxen meadows, it's true, were once the subject of dispute. But now everybody knows that they're mine. There's nothing to argue about. You see, my aunt's grandmother gave me the free use of these meadows in perpetuity to the peasants of your father's grandfather in return for which they were to make bricks for her. The peasants belonging to your father's grandfather had the free use of the meadows for 40 years and had gotten into the habit of guarding them as their own. And when it happened that...
No, it isn't at all like that. Both my grandfather and great-grandfather reckoned that their land extended to Burnt Marsh, which means that oxen meadows were ours. I don't see what there is to argue about. It's simply silly.
I'll show you the documents, Natalya.
No, you're simply joking or making fun of me. What a surprise. We've had the land for nearly 300 years, and then we're suddenly told it isn't ours? I'm about Stitch. I can hardly believe my own ears. These meadows aren't worth much to me. They only come to 5 destins and are worth perhaps 300 rubles. But I can't stand on fairness. Say what you will, but I can't stand on fairness.
Just hear me out. I implore you. The peasants of your father's grandfather, as I've already had the honor of explaining to you, used to bake bricks for my aunt's grandmother. Now, my aunt's grandmother...
I can't make head or tail of all this about aunts and grandfathers and grandmothers. The meadows are ours, and that's all.
Mine.
Ours. You can go on proving it for 2 days on end. You can go and put on 15 dress jackets, but I tell you, they're ours, ours, ours. I don't want anything of yours, and I don't want to give up anything of mine, so there.
Natalya, I don't want the medals. I'm just acting on principle. If you like, I'll make a present of them.
I can make a present of them myself because they're mine. Because your behavior, I'm about Stitch, is strange to say the least. Up to this, we've always thought of you as a good neighbor, a friend. Last year, we lent you our threshing machine, although on that account we had to put off our own threshing until November. But you behave as if we were gypsies. Give me my own land, indeed. No, really. That's not at all neighborly. In my opinion, it's even impudent if you want to know.
Wait, so then you make that I'm a land grabber? Madam, never in my life have I grabbed anyone else's land, and I shall anyone to excuse me of having to do so. Oxen meadows are mine.
It's not true. They're ours.
Mine.
It's not true. I'll prove it. I'll send my mowers out this very day.
What?
My mowers will be there this very day.
I'll give it to him in the neck.
You dare.
Oxen meadows are mine. You understand they are mine.
Please don't shout. You can shout yourself hoarse in your own house, but here I must ask you to restrain yourself.
If it wasn't matter for this awful excruciation, palpitation, if my whole inside wasn't upset, I'd talk to you in a different way. Oxen meadows are mine.
Ours.
Mine.
Ours.
Mine.
What's the matter now? What are you shouting at?
Papa, please tell to this gentleman who owns Oxen Meadows, we or he.
Darling, the meadows are ours.
Well, please, Stepan, how can it be yours? Do be a reasonable man. My aunt's grandmother gave the meadows for the temporary and free use of grandfather's peasants. The peasants had used the land for 40 years and got as accustomed to it as if they were home. But when it happened that...
Excuse me, my precious. You forgot just this, that the peasants didn't pay your grandmother and all that because the meadows were in dispute and so on. And now, everybody knows that they're ours. It means that you haven't seen the plan.
I will prove to you that they're mine.
You won't prove it, my darling.
I shall.
Dear one, why yell like that? You won't prove anything just by yelling. I don't want anything of yours and don't intend to give up what I have. Why should I? And you know, my beloved, that if you propose to go on arguing about it, I'd much sooner give up the meadows to the peasants than to you. There!
I don't understand. How do you have the right to give away someone else's property?
You may take it that I know whether I have the right or not. Because, young man, I am not used to being spoken to in that tone of voice, and so on. I, young man, am twice your age, and ask you to speak to me without agitating yourself and all that.
No, you're saying I'm a fool and you want me to have it on. You call my land yours and you want me to talk your calmly and politeness. Good neighbors don't behave like that stuff on. You're not a neighbor, you're a grabber.
What's that? What did you say?
Papa, send the mowers out to the meadow at once.
What did you say, sir?
Oxen Meadows are ours, and I shan't give them up. Shan't give them up. shan't give them up.
We'll see. I heard about to take it to court, and then I'll show you.
To court? You can take it to court and all that. You can. I know you. You're just on the lookout for a chance to go to court and all that. You pettifogger. All your people were like that. All of them.
Never mind about my people. The Lomovs have been all honored people, and that no one has ever been tried for embezzlement like your grandfather.
You Lomovs had lunacy in your family. All of you.
All.
Your grandfather was a drunkard, and your younger aunt, Natasya Melahova, ran away with an architect and so on.
Yeah, and your mother was humpbacked. Something pulling me on my side. My head. Help. Water.
Your father was a guzzling gambler.
And there haven't been many backbiters to equal your aunt.
My left foot's gone to sleep. You're an intruder. Oh, my heart. It's an open secret that before the last elections, I can see the stars. Where's my hat?
It's low, it's dishonest, it's mean.
And you're just a malicious, double-faced intruder. Yes!
Oh, here's my hat. My heart. Which way? Where's the door? I think I'm dying. My foot's quite to numb.
Yeah, that's right. And don't set foot in my house again.
Take it to court, we'll see.
Devil take him.
What a rascal. What trust can one have in one's neighbors after that?
The villain. The scarecrow.
The monster. First he takes our land and then he has the impudence to abuse us.
And that blind hen, yes. That turnip ghost has the confounded cheek to make a proposal and so on. What? A proposal?
What proposal?
Why, he came here so as to propose to you.
To propose? To me? Why didn't you tell me so before?
So he dresses up in evening clothes, the stuffed sausage, the wizen-faced frump.
To propose? To me? Ah! Bring him back! Bring him back! Ah! Bring him here! Ah!
Bring whom here?
Quick, I'm ill! Fetch him! Ah!
What's that? What's the matter with you? Oh, unhappy man that I am. I'll shoot myself. I'll hang myself. We've done for her.
I'm dying. Fetch him.
To foo at once. Don't yell. Lomov.
What have they done to me? Fetch him back. Fetch him.
He's coming and so on. Devil take him. Ugh.
Fetch him.
Talk to him yourself. I don't want to. Oh, he's coming, I tell you. Oh, what a burden. Lord, to be the father of a grown-up daughter. I'll cut my throat. I will indeed. We cursed him. We abused him. And drove him out. And it's all you. You.
No, it was you.
I'll tell you it's not my fault. Now you talk to him yourself.
My heart's palpitating awfully. My foot's gone to sleep. There's something keeps pulling me in my side.
Forgive us, Ivan Vassilevitch. We were a little heated. I remember now. Oxen medals really are yours.
My heart's beating awfully. My eyebrows are both twitching.
The medals are yours. Yes, yours. Do sit down. We were wrong.
I did it on principle. My land is worth little to me, but it's just about the principle.
Yes, the principal. Just so. Let's talk of something else.
The more so as I have evidence. My aunt's grandmother gave the land to your father's grandfather's peasants.
Yes, let that pass. I wish I knew how to get him started. Are you going to start shooting soon?
I'm thinking I have to go at the black cock on Natalya. After the harvest, did you hear? Just think, what a misfortune I had. My dog, guess who has gone lame.
What a pity. Why?
I don't know. Most have gone twisted or bitten by some other dog. My very best dog to say nothing of the expense. I gave Moran 125 rubles for him.
It was too much, Ivan Vassilevitch.
I think it was very cheap. He's a first-rate dog.
Papa gave 85 rubles for his squeezer, and squeezer is heaps better than Guess.
Squeezer better than Guess? What an idea. Ha! Squeezer better than Guess.
Of course he's better. Of course Squeezer is young, he may develop a bit, but on points and pedigree, he's better than anything that even Belchinsky's got.
Excuse me, Natalya, but you can get that he's overshot. And if he's overshot dogs always mean the dog is a better hunter, a bad hunter. Excuse me.
Overshot, is he? First time I hear it.
I assure you that his lower jaw is shorter than his upper.
Have you measured?
Yeah, he's all right on falling, but if you want him to get a hold of anything,
In the first place, our Squeezer is a thoroughbred animal, the son of harness and chisel, while there's no getting at the pedigree of your dog at all. He's old and as ugly as a worn-out cab horse.
I mean, he is old, but I wouldn't take Bob Squeezers for him. And how can you? Guess is a dog. And as for Squeezer, well, it's too funny to argue. Anybody has a dog instead of Squeezer, you might find him under every bush almost. 25 robes would be a handsome price to pay for him.
There's some demon of contradiction in you today, Ivan Vassilevitch. First you pretend that the medals are yours, and that Guess is better than Squeezer. I don't like people who don't say what they mean, because you know perfectly well that Squeezer is 100 times better than your silly Guess. Why do you want to say it isn't?
I see, Natalya. Then you consider me blind or a fool. You must realize that Squeezer's overshot.
It's not true.
He is.
It's not true.
Why shout, madam?
Why talk rot? It's awful. It's time your Guess was shot and you compare him with Squeezer?
Excuse me, I cannot continue this discussion. My heart is pumping.
I've noticed that those hunters argue most, know least.
Madam, please be silent. My heart's going to pieces. Shut up!
I shan't shut up until you acknowledge that Squeezer is 100 times better than your Guess.
100 times worse. Be hanged to your Squeezer. His head, eyes, and shoulder.
There's no need to hang your silly Guess. He's half dead already.
Shut up! My heart's bursting.
I shan't shut up.
What's the matter now?
Papa, tell us truly, which is the better dog, our Squeezer or his Guess?
Stepan, I implore you. I implore to tell you just one thing. Is your Squeezer overshot or not? Yes or no?
And suppose he is. What does it matter? He's the best dog in the district for all that and so on.
But isn't my Guess better? Really now?
Don't excite yourself, my precious one. Allow me. Your Guess certainly has its good points. He's purebred, firm on his feet, has well-sprung ribs and all that. But, my dear man, if you want to know the truth, the dog has two defects. He's old and he's short in the muzzle.
Excuse me, my heart. But let's just take the facts. You remember that on the Moronsky hunt, my Guess ran neck and neck with the Count's dog while your Squeezer was left a whole verse behind.
He got left behind because the Count's whipper hit him with his whip.
And with good reason. The dogs are running after a fox when Squeezer goes and starts worrying a sheep.
It's not true, my dear fellow. I'm very liable to lose my temper and so. Just because of that, let's stop arguing. You started because everybody is always jealous of everybody else's dogs. Yes, we're all like that. You too, sir, aren't blameless. You no sooner notice that some dog is better than your Guess, and you begin with this, that, and the other, and all that. I remember everything.
I remember too.
I remember too. What do you remember?
My heart. My foot's gone to sleep. I can't.
My heart, what sort of hunter are you? You should go lay on the oven and catch black beetles, not go after foxes. My heart.
Yes, really. What sort of hunter are you anyway? You ought to sit at home with your palpitations and not go tracking animals. You could go hunting, but you go to argue with people and interfere with their dogs and so on. Let's change the subject in case I lose my temper. You're not a hunter anyway.
And are you a hunter? You only go hunting to get into the Count and to interview. My heart. You're an intruder.
What? An intruder? Shut up!
Intruder.
Boy! Pup!
Old rat. Jesuits.
Shut up or I'll shoot you like a partridge, you fool!
Everybody knows that. Oh, my heart. Your late wife used to beat you. My feet, temples, sparks. I fall.
You're under the slipper of your housekeeper!
There. Oh, my heart's burst. My shoulders come off. Where's my shoulder? I died. Oh, a doctor.
Boy! Milk's up! Fool! I'm sick! Sick!
What sort of hunter are you? You can't even sit on a horse. Papa, what's the matter with him? Papa, look, Papa. Ivan Vassilevitch, he's dead!
I'm sick! I can't breathe! Air!
He's dead! Ivan Vassilevitch, what have you done to me? He's dead! A doctor!
Oh, what is it? What's the matter?
He's dead!
Who's dead? So he is. My word! Water! A doctor! Drink something. No, he doesn't drink. It means he's dead and all that. Oh, I'm the most unhappy of men. Why don't I put a bullet in my brain? Why haven't I cut my throat yet? What am I waiting for? Give me a knife! Give me a pistol! He seems to be coming around. Drink some water. That's it!
I see stars. Miss, where am I?
Hurry up and get married well. To the devil with you. She's willing. She's willing and all that. I give you my blessing and so on. Only leave me in peace.
What? To whom?
She's willing! Well, kiss and be damned to you.
He's alive! Yes, yes, I'm willing!
Kiss each other!
Kiss who? Very nice too. Excuse me. What's it all about? Oh, now I understand. My heart stars. I'm happy, Natalya.
I'm happy too.
What a weight off my shoulders. Ugh.
But still, you will admit now that gas is worse than squeezer?
Better.
Worse!
Well, that's one way to start your family bliss. Have some champagne.
He's better.
Worse, worse, worse!
Champagne! Champagne!